Picture this: Hollywood's most respected family-friendly face, Steve Harvey, suddenly on the run. Forced into hiding because Sean Diddy Combs, the man who once seemed untouchable, has already sold him out to federal agents. That's the bombshell Katt Williams dropped in his latest rant, and tonight we're diving deep into the rabbit hole of allegations, courtroom dramas, rumors, and the truth behind one of the wildest exposés 2024 has thrown at us. From the very first clip of Katt Williams lighting into Steve Harvey over whispered freak-off tapes, to the recent federal raids on Diddy's mansions and the looming May 2025 sex trafficking trial, we'll unpack every twist and turn. You'll hear exactly what Katt claims Diddy has on Harvey, why Williams insists Harvey must run, and what credible evidence, if any, supports these explosive accusations. We'll also fact-check the hottest rumors swirling online about Lori Harvey's alleged connections, debunk the viral myth of Steve fleeing the country, and fill you in on all the latest developments in Diddy's racketeering and sex trafficking case. So if you thought you knew the real story behind Diddy, Steve, and Katt's beef, buckle up. This rabbit hole goes deeper than you ever imagined. Katt Williams' explosive claims. Katt Williams reignited his public feud with Steve Harvey in a recent video interview, unleashing a flurry of accusations that stretch back decades. Williams alleges that Diddy secretly recorded Harvey at notorious freak-off parties, drug-fueled gatherings where Diddy allegedly coerced guests into extreme acts, and has since used these tapes to blackmail Harvey into silence about deeper Hollywood secrets. According to Williams, these tapes have such damaging content that Steve Harvey has to run to avoid a ruinous public fallout. Williams didn't pull any punches. He described Harvey as a Diddy slave, claiming the daytime TV host has spent years in Diddy's shadow, doing whatever was necessary to keep the mogul's darkest deeds buried. He pointed to Harvey's public association with Diddy since the early 2000s, the high-profile dinners with Lori Harvey and Diddy in Europe, and even Lori's past rumors of dating both Diddy and his son, stories Williams says were part of a larger leverage scheme. Behind each claim, Williams teased that he's been collecting receipts for years and promised that all lies will be exposed. Diddy's legal crisis, the facts. While Williams' claims make for sensational headlines, real life has been catching up to Sean Combs in the courtroom. In September 2024, federal agents from the Southern District of New York raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a sweeping investigation into racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Unlike the Hollywood gossip circuit, these raids carried real legal weight, leading to an indictment that accuses Combs of running a criminal enterprise involving forced sexual acts, dubbed freak-offs, with both female and male participants transported across state lines. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges and sought multiple delays in his upcoming trial, which is set to begin on May 5, 2025, with opening statements on May 12. However, on April 18, 2025, Judge Arun Subramanian denied his request for a 2-month postponement, signaling the court's determination to keep the timeline on track. If convicted on the racketeering and sex trafficking counts, Combs faces a mandatory minimum of 15 years to life in prison, a fate reminiscent of the R. Kelly case, which also involved federal racketeering charges linked to sexual abuse. Amid these federal proceedings, Combs has scored a few pre-trial victories. In a recent ruling, the judge excluded testimony from 2 unnamed prior accusers deemed potentially prejudicial, though a third accuser, Victim 5, will be permitted to testify under her real name. At the same time, Combs' lawyers gained access to drafts of a memoir by Cassie Ventura and subpoena power over documentary footage, aiming to bolster their defense. Despite these skirmishes, the overall legal momentum is against Combs. Bail has been repeatedly denied, and multiple civil suits alleging rape and abuse. Most notably, Cassie's 2023 lawsuit under New York's Adult Survivors Act have already cast long shadows over his career. Steve Harvey's alleged involvement. So where does Steve Harvey fit into this? According to Williams, Harvey's close ties to Diddy, spanning friendship since at least 2005, business collaborations, and family connections through Lori Harvey make him vulnerable to blackmail. Williams claims that Diddy's tapes capture Harvey in compromising situations at these late-night gatherings, effectively giving Combs the power to manipulate Harvey's public image and career. Williams even suggested that Harvey orchestrated Lori's relationship with Diddy as a way to keep him quiet, an extraordinary claim that combines family drama with high-stakes Hollywood intrigue. Yet, outside of Williams' assertions, there is no public evidence linking Steve Harvey to any crime or wrongdoing. No police records, no credible whistleblower testimony, and no leaked tapes have ever surfaced. Instead, most of the Steve Harvey exposure narrative has circulated on unverified YouTube channels and social media, often driven by sensational headlines rather than sourced documents. In fact, a thorough fact check by Sportskeeda debunked the viral claim that Steve Harvey fled the country the day Diddy was arrested, confirming that no such escape occurred and that Harvey remains based in the United States. Among the so-called smoking guns, nothing has materialized beyond the wildfire of rumors ignited by Williams' interviews. Lori Harvey and the family ties. The Harvey-Combs connection gets even more tangled when you factor in Lori Harvey. The model, Steve Harvey's stepdaughter, was romantically linked to Diddy in 2019, sparking tabloid headlines and fueling the idea of a broader conspiracy. Lori and Diddy were seen vacationing together in Cabo San Lucas in Italy, and Lori was invited to dinners with her father and Diddy's entourage. Some speculated that Lori's friendships with both Diddy and his son formed part of a strategic plan to secure her father's silence. However, Lori Harvey herself has publicly denied ever dating both father and son, calling such rumors absolutely not true in an E! News interview. Likewise, Cassie Ventura's civil suit against Diddy, which settled one day after it was filed in November 2023, cites a decade-long on-and-off relationship with Combs, but makes no mention of Lori Harvey. While the familial connections add color to Williams' narrative, they remain anecdotes rather than proof of an overarching blackmail operation. Debunking the myths. Let's cut through the smoke. Despite the dramatic tone of Williams' claims, no federal indictment against Diddy mentions Steve Harvey. No mainstream media outlet of record has reported on Diddy providing tapes to the FBI that implicate Harvey. Instead, most credible reporting focuses on Combs' own alleged crimes: racketeering, sex trafficking, forced tape recordings, and the evidence prosecutors intend to use at trial. The rumor that Steve Harvey must run because he's been sold to the feds rests on anecdotal hearsay from a comedian's rant, not on court filings or sworn testimony. Even the oft-cited motion accusing Diddy of blackmailing witnesses from jail, exposed in November 2024, makes no reference to Steve Harvey. That motion details Combs allegedly using unapproved telephone access codes to pressure potential witnesses. Sadly, a far cry from the meat of an international blackmail conspiracy targeting a daytime talk show host. As for the supposed freak-off tapes, while federal prosecutors have described recordings of sexual encounters, their focus remains squarely on women's testimonies and more than a dozen individual accusers, none of whom are Harvey. What happens next? As Diddy's trial date approaches, we expect waves of new filings, motions, and, possibly, the release of more surveillance footage, witness statements, and behind-the-scenes records. If prosecutors do uncover anything implicating Steve Harvey, they would need to amend the indictment or bring a separate case. But right now, all eyes are on May 5th, when the jury selection will begin in what already promises to be one of 2025's most sensational celebrity trials. For Steve Harvey, the best defense may be to continue distancing himself from unverified rumors and focus on his own work. Family Feud, The Steve Harvey Morning Show, motivational speaking, and writing. Across social media, Harvey has quietly deleted old tweets praising Diddy, a move shared by other celebrities in the wake of Combs' arrest, but otherwise he has declined to directly address Williams' allegations. There you have it, Katt Williams' jaw-dropping expose, Diddy's crushing legal battle, and the rumors swirling around Steve Harvey all laid bare. With Combs' trial looming next month, the only certainties are uncertainty itself, and the fact that 2024 will be remembered as the year major Hollywood secrets started to unravel. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, share this video with friends who love celebrity true crime drama, and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest scandals in entertainment. Let us know in the comments what you think. Are Katt Williams' claims pure theater, or is there some hidden truth waiting to come out in court? We'll see you in the next video.